Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I appreciate you guys' support. So it's been a long time since I made a video, and I first want to say thank you guys for tuning in to this one. I made this video, or I'm making this video for a few reasons. One, everybody seems to want to know a lot about a CPN. My inbox has been full with you guys sending me messages asking about where can you buy one, where can you get one, how do you do one. And I'm surprised actually, because my video was actually telling you guys not to use them, but you guys want to use them anyway. So I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna break it down for you really quick. My other reason for making this video is because I do not want to encourage you all to use it. I do think that if you're at a point where you are not able to secure something because of your credit, it is actually time to start to address the issue. And the issue is you, my friend. Your credit, what's wrong with it? It needs to be addressed. Okay, so speaking of that, before I even start, let me let you guys know I do offer a $20 consultation. 20, okay, 20, and basically I'm going to go over your credit and we're gonna see why you think you need a CPN. Okay, and with that said, let me start by saying, one, this is for educational purposes only. Okay, I am giving you information that I actually got from a book. I am saving you guys from having to read this. All right, definitely let me add that disclaimer. I am not encouraging anyone to use a CPN. It is illegal once you hit submit. Okay, it is not illegal to have one. It is not illegal to create one. It is not illegal to go on Credit Karma and see if you actually have made a score, but it is illegal when you apply for credit because you are committing fraud. Now, if your conscience tell you that you don't give a damn and you still want to do it, that's on you, sis. That's on you, bro. I don't pass no judgment. I'm just going to tell you how this thing works, okay? Again, this is regurgitated information, all right? So here goes. When an individual wants to create a CPN, what is the CPN? Y'all can call it a credit privacy number. You can call it, I've heard it SCN, I think it's secondary credit number. You can certify privacy number, whatever somebody wants to call it. It doesn't matter. What it's called is illegal, okay? It's not yours. You were not given this number at birth, all right? So if you are a United States citizen, you have what is called a Social Security number that is issued from the Social Security Administration. That is your one and only numerical identification for you as the individual, okay? The only other number you can have is for your business entity. That will be an EIN, a DUNS number, whatever other numbers the government uses for all those other reasons. But you have what is called a Social Security number. Now, if you are an individual who is a foreigner, you have what is called an I-10, an individual tax identification number. If you're adopted, you have what is called a A-10, adopted tax identification number. And then I think they have an EFIN, but that has everything to do with if you have a business. That is how you identify your business as a tax business. So all that said, the only number you have to represent you, the person, is your Social Security number, okay? Now, Social Security numbers are made up of 9 digits. I apologize. The first 3 digits are what they call a state prefix, all right? So if an individual were to want to create a CPN, they would first have to make sure that they are using the correct state prefix. If you are in Florida and you are using a prefix for Montana, red flag, you don't live in Montana. Now, you could say that you lived in Montana, but that could possibly be a red flag depending on who's looking at that information. So one thing you want to do is use a prefix that matches the address that you're going to use, okay? So again, Florida address, Montana social, doesn't mean it's not possible. could possibly be a red flag. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So you can look up your state prefix. Don't worry, I'll put these links below so that you can go and find it. One thing you need to pay attention to, there are new prefixes. I'll use Florida, for example. Individuals who have newborn babies, a lot of socials are starting to start with zeros. So if you are a 42-year-old person and you have a social that starts with 0, red flag. You were not born yesterday, and you were not born in 2021, and you are 42, okay? So what you need to do, if you're going to do the state prefix, you need to make sure you find the prefix that is around the years that you were actually really born, so that the numbers match. Get it? All right. Second thing, the rest of those digits, the 2 in the middle and the 4 at the end, believe it or not, they're made up. A lot of people will have you believe that CPN numbers are actually stolen Social Security numbers from other children. And in some cases, that is true. But nowadays, you do not have to even steal what you can get for free. So the digits that you have, those other 6 digits, you basically will just create them on your own. So for example, say the prefix for Florida is 267. Well, the next 6 numbers can be 112233. Now, sounds crazy, but I bet you somebody probably really has that social. You could take those 6 digits. That is now what you have. And then you go to what is called a Social Security number validator, all right? So I hope y'all taking notes, because I'm really giving y'all some gems, okay? Saving you from having to read a book, and basically giving some of y'all a side hustle, because I know somebody is going to take this and actually do this and start creating CPNs. Don't agree, but what you do is what you do. All right, you go to the Social Security number validator, and you're going to take that, those 9 digits that I just gave you, and you're going to put those 9 digits into the website, and then you're going to hit search. And what that search does is it tells you if that number is being used by somebody or not. It will tell you if the individual is deceased. It'll tell you if the individual is alive, and in some websites will even tell you their address. Yes, people, they will give you the address if somebody ding and actually gets the right social and it actually matches. Now, everything that I'm telling you is not anything that you have to worry about going on the dark web. You can do this on the regular web, the www one, okay? Excuse me, the .com one, not the .onion one. Anybody who's on the dark web, y'all get what I'm saying. So once you check that number, say that it has nothing comes up, that's your new Social Security number. What happens after that? After that, you have to remember, this is the part that lots of people mess up, okay? You mess up because you forget the game, all right? So if you're going to use this number, you need to have your information somewhere down so that you can remember the lie, okay? You heard on Martin when they say keep the lie alive. Y'all got to keep the lie alive. So if you're going to do it, you need to stick with it. You need to, remember the name you used. So if you create this Social Security number with your first, middle, and first name, middle initial, last name, then you need to do that all the way through, just so it matches. Okay, we're trying to do everything to keep the red flags down. You also need to remember that when you do CPNs, nothing really changes about your information other than really just your social. You can keep your birthday the same if you choose. You can keep, of course, you can keep your name the way you spell it now. If you have it on your driver's license, first name, middle initial, last name, then keep it that way. The only thing that's going to change now is the address, because remember, it is not you, the person who you really are. You are creating a new identity, so you would use a new address to go along with this new person that you have. That is why they call it a synthetic identity, because it's not, it's fabricated, it's prefabricated, okay? So you're gonna use a new address and that new social to go with who you are, your name, your birthday, all right? And now, boom, you have a new person. So what happens after that? You then go to Credit Karma. You can register your account with this fake person, fake social, and hey, this is not your fault. If you creating it just to see if it can build a profile for you, I can't see where it being illegal. But then again, I'm not an attorney. You just actually seeing if it's gonna work. Here's how you make sure or see if you can get credit. you will start going to places and start applying for credit with this new social in hopes that they will actually pull the credit and give you an inquiry. Being that this social has never been used before, it has no score, 0, all the way through. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, all zeros. But the way you get a score or something to generate off of this number is by getting an inquiry, which is why when people say, well, I'm getting a CPN and they're adding trade lines, they ain't adding trade lines. Basically, they are getting credit pulls so that you can get an inquiry. And then if they do add a trade line, they're going to be either authorized user credit cards. Not every credit card company allows CPN numbers, okay? But there are some that you can get an authorized user, then boom, that dings and shows up on your credit report. If you had nothing on your credit report before and all of a sudden you're an authorized user, you're guaranteed to go up 600-700 points in 30 days, okay? This is why when they give you these numbers back, or these social security numbers or these identities back, they have such high scores because they had nothing there before. So you can add stuff like self-lender. You can add stuff like MGD Direct. You can go to road loans. These are lots of places that you can go to have them get an inquiry to start to pull your, to actually make this social security number legitimate. Here's where it becomes a problem, y'all. Now you start to get approved for credit. I don't think that you should do it because that's really where you mess up. Because remember, I said in my previous video that I don't agree with it, but I do understand people doing it when they have evictions and they can't find a place to go. That's a housing issue, okay? So a lot of times some of these situations make people do things they shouldn't have to do because they're in bad situations. So I get it for a rental because you got to have somewhere to live, okay? But when y'all going out here and getting these cars, y'all going out here and y'all getting these credit cards, and then you don't pay the bill, what you think was going to happen? Somebody got to pay it. This is how, and I read a lot of cases, and I see where the main reason why a lot of people got caught is because they are doing identity theft, meaning they're using somebody else's information without their permission. And then the other thing is they are racking up all these bills and then they're not paying it. They're getting these cars, they're getting these credit cards, these surgeries, they're getting all this stuff, and then they don't pay the bill when it comes in. They think because it's not really them that the bill is not real. It's a real bill, it's a real debt, and somebody has to pay for it, okay? So I'm not telling you how to do your crime, but if you're gonna do it, pay the damn bill. It makes common sense, okay? So after the score, or excuse me, after the trade line hits your credit, say you get approved for self-lender, or you get approved for kickoff, something like that, or say Experian Boost does it. Now you have this incredibly huge score. Now you can go out there and get all the things that you want to do. But again, those are the things that mess people up, okay? Also, if you're a person that you get your credit fixed by somebody, and I hear this a lot from my own customers, they'll say, hey, I'm starting to see stuff on my credit that I didn't do, some inquiries. If you see that and you're getting your credit fixed by someone, you should start asking some questions. Because a lot of these people that are getting busted for these CPNs, they are individuals who are actually stealing the information from other people, not their socials. They're just stealing their information, their names, birthdays, and old addresses so that they can do what? Create a new identity. It's not hard to create a CPN, as you guys can see. It's not hard to get approved for credit either. They don't make it, thank you. They don't make it that difficult for you to be somebody else, which is why it's attractive and people choose to want to do it. If somebody's offering you thousands and thousands of dollars to do it, I don't know that I would say that you would need to do it if you're not somebody who is a business owner trying to get large amounts of loans. Now, again, I don't agree with people using it, but I do understand why some do. But if you're just doing this because you need a place to stay, you don't need to pay anybody thousands of dollars to fix your credit, first of all. But if you can't, just read the book. I will put the link to the book down below if y'all happen to want to read it. But that's what I did, and I just gave y'all the information in a nutshell. Basically, you are just getting a prefix and making up some numbers. All right, so if y'all got any more information, got any more questions, all you got to do is hit me up, and talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.